All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Opposite Reaction here on Dash Radio Dash Talk X. Nick Hamilton, Jackie Rae in the building, and we have some special guests. These are some of the busiest producers in the game right now. They are working on any and everything that is being pumped through the stereo systems and listening through your eardrums. These are two of the most talented guys in the music business today. They are responsible for such projects as the late great Nipsey Hussle, Casey Veggies, Dom Kennedy, and oh, yes, if you have not heard the latest Judas and the Black Messiah soundtrack with Jay-Z and the late great Nipsey Hussle, please help me welcome the one and only Mike and Keys. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
Good, man.
Hey,
How you
thank you
doing?
guys. Hey, man, I'm great, man. How you guys doing?
Blessed,
Pretty
man. We
good,
can't
man.
complain.
Great,
Yep.
man. I'm glad to hear it, man. Well, thank you so much, first and foremost, for coming on, man. I know you guys are busy in the studio, cranking out hits left and right, man. I'm so very proud of you guys and what you guys have accomplished. And I know we've been on each other for quite some time. So to see you
Hmm.
guys evolve and continue to elevate, man, is really a testament to your dedication and hard work and to your craft.
Appreciate that. You already know, Nick.
Absolutely, man. So let's get into it first and foremost. I know the record that everybody's buzzing over, man. You guys did a phenomenal job. You, Mars, we saw some production assistance with DJ Head as well. So how did that all come together? And how were you guys able to find that particular verse from Nipsey to that fit on that record along with Jay-Z?
Well, that song was one of the first songs we ever did with Nip. Um, we recorded that song in 2012. So that was like something we had been kind of sitting on. That it was just a song with a verse on it, and we always loved the song, but music is a timing thing, so we just left it alone for a minute.
No, that's phenomenal, man. I mean, when you guys put that record together, did you guys know it was going to go on the soundtrack? Were you preparing for the soundtrack, or was that was just another verse you guys were kind of putting together?
That was
That
just a verse we was putting together. Yeah. Actually, Rance had sent that to Jay Z, and Jay Z put it in the movie, so in the soundtrack. So that's how that went down. That was all really Rance, how he made the play. The song was already done, but Rance had gave it to Hope and was like, "We're gonna put this in the movie."
No, that's fantastic, man. So, you guys have been cooking up for a while. Talk to me about the projects that you're currently working on. I saw Casey Veggies project. I know you guys have been working with Problem on his last record. So talk a little bit about those projects and how do you guys prepare since every artist is different, obviously. How do you guys prepare to create records with those artists?
well, those artists in particular are actually our friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than just music. So it's like when you hang out with somebody that you really know, it's easier to make music. So last year we started preparing just projects with people that we like and that really have a appreciation for each other. So Problem, we got a project coming with Problem. We got one coming with Casey Veggies. We got one coming with Dom Kennedy. Rick. And we just been kind of just going back to our the basics of our foundation, building with the people that we care for.
No, that's fantastic, man. I love the fact that you guys are, and how do you guys work together? Because when you have, you guys are a duo, you guys are a team. So do you guys delegate who does what or who has the concepts, or do you guys come up with concepts together? How does that work in the studio?
We kind of go off each other, go off the energy and the vibe. Because me and Mike, we kind of both do the same thing. So we just go back and forth like a tag team. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty easy. We've been doing it for like together, me and him, since like 2008. So it's kind of like second nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's real easy working with him.
And for
Yeah.
those that don't know, how did you guys come together? Because I know you guys both produce, you guys are both into music. So how did you guys come together and then come to realization, you know what, we're better off as a team than just doing things individually?
Well, one of the original members of our group, his name is Gene. He kind of put all of us together. He was the one that told me about Jay Keys, and he was just a fan of just music, you know. So he was like, yo, there's this guy named Jay Keys from Sacramento that's on this website called rockbattle.com. He's like, you should go check out his beats. And it kind of went from there. And we all kind of knew similar people, so it was like easy, you know.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. That you guys, you know, when you look at a lot of duos, I mean, you know, who are some of the production teams or producers that you all look up to that you got that have inspired you along the way?
I would say Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. We always, you know, not compare ourselves to them, but like we want to be like that. You know what I mean? And you know, the Neptunes, of course. You know, people like that. Those are people to look up to, like producers, well successful producers that we really look up to. So
Yeah, or what's the other the guys that did Jay-Z and R. Kelly and all that stuff? What are those guys' names? I forgot.
Track Masters.
Track Masters, yeah. That's like, you know, that's what we've always kind of strived to be, those three, you know, groups, you know, and they've been together forever. So that's always been our goal.
Yeah, the one thing I look at too is organized noise. You guys remind me just some of the
Oh
rhythms
yeah,
that you guys come up with is like organized noise and you know groups like that that really horn in on their specialties. When you look at this music business, man.
No,
no, for
Organized
sure.
Noise, definitely they're one of our favorites for sure. Like that whole
Yeah,
family era was like incredible. So we're definitely inspired by them as well.
for sure.
So talk to me. You I know you work with a lot of different guys. I mean, you work with 1500 or nothing. So how did that collaboration come about? Because when you look at the West Coast, when you look at the West Coast, and when you look at you know the diversity of the West Coast, how are you all able to come together with different production teams and still come out with a masterpiece?
Well, before we even moved to LA, we already knew about 1500 and was a big fan of them from YouTube. So our goal from the jump was like, man, if we ever move to LA, we gonna work with them, you know. And it just so happens we all knew some people. My sister introduced me to Mars, and I think Keys met 1500 like early. So it was just like meant to be, you know. They Mars and Lawrence all like we're like really like brothers. Me, Keys, Mars, and Lawrence, we're really tight, and we've been close with them since we moved to LA. So it's like, you know, they are big brothers in the music game, you know, even though we're the same age, but they're our big brothers. They were doing it before us, and like they just always showed us love. And you know, that's rare in the music industry, you know, in a game where it's a selfish game kind of. So to be around them and meet them and do that was it was a cool thing and a good thing for us.
No, no doubt. I mean, when you taking it back a little bit, when you look at you guys have worked with, you know, legendary guy named Nipsey Hussle. Um, how was it working with him in the studio, and how long did it take before he decided to trust you and trust your musical instincts when it came to his records and producing for him and putting things together for him?
I think once Lawrence kind of introduced us to him, he was comfortable working with us. Like he knew like we had a new sound, and he was just comfortable. Like we would have a studio on Highland over there in Hollywood. This was like in 2012, and he would just pop up, man, just with great energy, great energetic, just wanting to record.
Mm-hmm.
He was just super enthused about the music, and I think with us, you know, we were kind of a new sound to him, so he was excited. You know, as he kept hearing the music and the new beats, just fresh new energy, he just kept recording and just, you know what I mean? That's how we came up with so many records with him. So that was dope.
Oh, that's incredible. You guys came up with a lot of records, man, that still, are going to be forever. Um, but another artist too from All Money In that I feel like is really coming up, is really getting his just due, and that's Jay Stone. You guys have been able to work with Jay Stone. So, what was it like working with him in the studio, and how different is it working with him versus Nip or anybody else on All Money In?
Well, the great thing about Jay Stone, we met Jay Stone through Nip, literally fresh out of prison. So when Jay Stone got out of prison, he pulled me and Keys to the side. Mind you, we didn't really know him, but he
Hmm.
pulled us to the side and he was like, yo, I see y'all in a vibe with Nip and he really like y'all. So he like, y'all need to be pressing Nip. Treat him like Tupac, meaning like he's really good. So don't let him get comfortable. So he was the person that kind of put the battery in our back to like motivate Nip on a whole nother level musically, because you have to be motivated to do music. So that was like Jay Stone, his little secret that he told us about Nip, and we always kind of use that. And that was like our secret to make Nip record. Not make him record, but convince him to be like, this is dope.
Yeah, no question, man. I mean, I love the Definition of Pain record, man. I think you guys really showed out on that record, and I think you definitely complimented him as far as his vocals are concerned. When you look at different artists that you guys have worked with, who are some of the artists, in case people that aren't familiar or haven't been able to run down the list, because you guys have pretty much worked with a lot of people. Who are some of the artists that you work with, and who are some of the artists that you definitely enjoy working with?
Well, our first ever placement was 50 Cent. It was on Before I Self Destruct album that came out like 2009. Ti through Mars, we worked with Ti. Um, who else? It's a lot of people. Andra Day, that's the homegirl. You know what I mean? She's on the Billie Holiday movie. We worked with her like a long time ago, and this was this is just a variety of people. This night, it's a variety of people we work with.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, guys. So, okay, give us a little bit of insight. Because is it true that this is Problem's last record? Is he retiring after this record?
You know what it is with Problem? I think Problem is just growing as an artist. And, I think the reason why we end up linking up, because, we originally started with Problem. Our first ever publishing money, anything came from a song we did with Problem. So we've always had a relationship with Problem. And now that we're all older, you know what I'm saying, and more mature, with things that we're doing musically, I think he understands what he's doing now. And, we just all coming together. So when he says this is my last project, I think it's just his last time, however people thought Problem was, that's how he doesn't want people to be just remembered like that. He wants you to see the new growing version of him. So that's
Yeah,
what I think he means. When anybody says they're quitting, that's a lie. Michael Jordan quit. Everybody says they quit. Jay-Z, they all quit. And when you love something, you never quit.
yeah, exactly. I would definitely attest to that, man. And Problem's such a brilliant artist, man, and even a really great businessman. You see him now exercising his business hand on the other side too.
Yeah, coffee and kush. You see, I
Coffee and
got the
Kush.
coffee and kush shirt on.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. So when you talk
Mhm.
about, I want to get into a little bit of basketball because I know you guys are basketball fans, and I promised you when you got on the show, we definitely gonna get into a little bit of hoops before we get off of here. So you talk about the greats, you talk about Michael Jordan, but I want to know from your perspective, man. I know we're about over a year removed, but still not forgotten is the one and only the late great Kobe Bryant. What did Kobe mean to you all specifically, and what did you take away from him and the legacy that he left?
Well, I know. I'm gonna speak for myself on how I feel. With Kobe Bryant, like Kobe Bryant brings a certain a spirit and an energy, kind of like Nip. It's a different type of energy, but it's the same. And Kobe Bryant represents working hard, tenacity, just a lot of different things of whatever the definition of wanting to be great is. Kobe Bryant would have to be the first person on that list. You know what I'm saying? And so he's always inspired us to do that.
What about you, Keys?
Oh yeah, for me, Kobe was always my favorite, man. Like I like Jordan, but Kobe was always like the next Jordan to me, so I always respected him. And like Mike said, he represents hard work, hard work ethic. That's how everybody looks at him. They want to be like him because of his work ethic, and he proved it. You know what I mean? So that's major respect.
Absolutely. Now, when you look at the Lakers and the Clippers, who are pretty much neck and neck in the Western Conference, how confident are you in the Clippers? How confident you in the Lakers? Will we ever see a Western Conference Finals with those two this season? Will it finally happen?
Man, to be honest with you, I don't. It's I told everybody this year that the Lakers is going two-peat. I still believe in that. When everybody's healthy, they're still the best team in the NBA to me. But I like what's going on in the NBA. It's hard to tell. It's so early still. But I gotta go by what you've been consistently doing, and you already know LeBron, the Lakers. They've just been on a quality level of trying to be being a great team. That's what they are. So I think you're going to go through some little trials and tribulations, but I feel like the Lakers still are going to get to the finals this year.
I think so.
So what do y'all think about the Brooklyn Nets? Even though they haven't really been playing with their big three, but they've still been managing to win games. How exciting are you guys? Excited to see where they're going to go in the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, they're going to be good in the Eastern Conference. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it takes time for the team to gel and everybody be together. But like I said, Kevin Durant and James have played together before. So, even if it was early in their career, I think, that'll be a good thing. If they all come together as brothers and really do it for real, then they have the chance to win it. I'm not going to sit here and say they don't, because they do.
All right, so Keys, Mike, I got to put you guys on the spot. LaMelo Ball, he's blazing the trail right now. He's been on fire. What do you guys think about him? Is it the real deal, or is it just some rookie luck?
I ain't gonna lie. I called the LaMelo Ball. I called that.
Nah, he's fire.
He's Nick, you know what he is? He's a tall version of Jason Kidd that's gonna be a better scorer to me. That's what I see from him, because he's like 6'6", 6'7", can handle the ball, and he's just gonna get better. I don't see him like downgrading. The only thing he can do, if his jump shot becomes amazing with his 15-footer where it's like undeniable, then it's game over.
I think one of these seasons he's gonna average a triple-double. One of these seasons. I'm not saying this season, but it looks like he would do that because he knows how to do everything.
Yeah, the jury's still kind of out for me, because I'm always suspect. Always that first year is always the year that you can go off because there's no film on you. But the second year, third year, then it's like, okay, let's see what you really have. I did the same thing with Pat Mahomes, even though I thought Pat Mahomes was going to be great because I watched quite a few Texas Tech games. But it's always that second and third year that's going to really tell the tale. So I'm waiting.
Yeah. It's just, as playing a point guard, being coaching, is just, he's too comfortable in the NBA. You can't be that comfortable in the NBA right away, Nick. You know that. It takes you a time, especially as a person that has the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to just, I gotta give his pops credit, man. He's seen that. Boy, he's seen that.
Yeah, as much as I don't like to give Puffy Knight his just due, I have to on this one. I have to say, so far so good on LaMelo Ball.
You called him Puffy Knight?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, He want to be all in the commercials, all in the videos, talking. Come to the False Baller brand. That's usually what I say. And he'd be Suge Knight and his kids. So, you know, I just put the two together.
I'll give it to him. I'm like, you know, man, he's man. I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm impressed.
No, definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm just waiting because I don't want to get on the hype train. You know, I want this to be, if he's going to be the real deal, then let him be the real deal. Not to say that he's not, but if he's going to be that, then let him come along, let him mature the way he needs to mature. Because the way he sees the floor is almost geometric. I think that's why you see those crisp passes. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But before we let you guys get on out of here, what other projects are you guys working on, or any other artists that you guys are scheduled to be working with?
We just produced our first film, a movie coming out in June called Domino. It's gonna have like all your favorite comedians, Big Jai, Haha Davis, Baron Davis, and Snoop are part of it. They pretty much made everything happen. So, you know, we're really jumping into the TV world, film world right now, and just trying to get our feet wet. So it was good for us to be able to be a part of the Black Judas soundtrack, have the title track, and then have 2 songs on there. So it's like that's where we're trying to like go. 2021.
Hey man, you guys are doing it again. Congratulations on all the success. And one more thing, man. Where can I get the Mike and Keys University sweatshirts, man? I haven't seen. I haven't been able to get them, man. What's going on?
Okay, so let me tell you about that. We got one for you, Nick, because you're team Mike and Keys. We're gonna be selling everything in like the next 2 weeks, but we have a special one for you though.
Hey, brother, I appreciate that, man. Definitely, man. You know, I support you guys any way I can, man. And I'm so, like I said, man. I'll say this again. I'm very proud of you. Very happy that you guys are definitely. This is your time. And you guys have made it your time. So this is very, very important, man. And when I saw you guys on the Judas and Black Messiah soundtrack, I said, man, I got to talk to these cats, man. I got to get them on here.
No, you've always been supportive, so the least we could do is come on the show, man, and show support back.
Well, you know, myself and Jackie Rae, who couldn't be on it right now, you know, today, but she definitely appreciates you guys coming on as well, and we definitely got to get you guys back on so all of us can be on the scene later on in the year as time progresses, man. But thank you so much for coming on. Definitely appreciate you guys' time, and please let everyone know they can keep up with you and follow all your great work.
Thank you,
man. Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Where can everybody keep up with you?
Okay, you can find us on Instagram, Mike_N_Keys, and that's for everything, Twitter, Facebook. We're gonna be dropping our website in the next week and a half.
Okay.
We're gonna be putting out the victory kit, so we're gonna put out merchandise, sound kit. We're gonna be putting out new music, instrumental albums. So just get ready.
Nice. What's the website so people can follow it?
MikeandKeys.com.
Okay.
Mike and Keys, AND.
Okay. Awesome, man. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on The Opposite Reaction. Greatly appreciate it. And we'll definitely be talking to you both soon.
Thank you.
Man. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, y'all. We'll be right back taking our final break. You're checking out The Opposite Reaction here on Dash Radio, Dash Talk X, and all streaming platforms. Make sure you stay tuned.